Hi, I'm Tom Scarpello of Revology Cars, and this is car number 141, a 1966 Mustang GT Convertible in candy apple red with ivory Nappa leather interior. Today I'm going to take you on a walk around of this car, and we're going to go for a drive. Let's get started. All right, 1966 GT Convertible candy apple red. For me personally, I love the look of the GT package. It was a rare option back in 1965 and 1966 when it came out. It was only available on the two top engines at the time, the 4-barrel 289 and the high performance 289. We've recreated it, but of course with a few little Revology tweaks. Now at the front of the car, this looks very much like an original 66. In fact, it's like virtually identical. The difference is, of course, we have the LED headlamps. They look like seal beam, but they're actually LED, and then the LED parking lamps and turn signals as well. Now at the side of the car, the GT package included the rocker stripe, the Mustang letters, and the GT badge. Of course, because this is a Revology Mustang GT, you've got your passenger rear view mirror. You don't have a key cylinder on the passenger side because you've got remote keyless entry. Styled aluminum wheels, which are a modern interpretation of the styled steel wheel that was an option on the late 65 and 66 Mustangs. Very commonly was spec'd out with the GT package, and at the rear the GT package had the exhaust trumpets that exited through the lower valance. Of course, we have the reverse lamps, which are also LED. The tail lamps are LED with sequential turn. So the interior, this car has the Mercedes ivory Nappa leather. It's full leather interior. The dash, of course, this is black. It's a Porsche leather. And then, of course, the carpet matches the dash. This is our nylon loop carpet. It's molded to our floor pan, and it has a mass backing material underneath it to help reduce NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness, which we're going to talk more about today. One of the big challenges when adapting modern designs to a vintage architecture is package space, because the cars were not designed for the modern equipment. I mean, if you look at our 3-link rear, everything is really tightly packaged. Everything's bigger. I mean, the wheels and tires are bigger, the brakes are bigger, the exhaust is larger. It's a 2.5 diameter pipe, dual exhaust. The drive shaft is larger. Everything's bigger, but it all has to fit in the same amount of space. As a result, the aftermarket suspension designs tend to be compromised. They don't have as much suspension travel. They tend to transmit a lot of what we call NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness, from the road into the cabin. We've worked continuously over the past 8+ years on keeping the sharpness of the handling of the modern design, but refining it to make it more smooth, to get better ride quality. One of the things we did early on in the development of our rear suspension was to redesign it to get more suspension travel. Now, one of the things that we had to do as a result of that was change the trailing arm bushings. The trailing arm bushing was originally urethane, and the trailing arm, if you think about it, it articulates up and down, but it also articulates slightly side to side when you're going through like a lateral G. And what was happening is, that urethane bushing is really not designed for the lateral load. So it would just start to rip itself to shreds over a period of several thousand miles of driving. So we went to a Heim joint. A Heim joint is a common solution when you need greater articulation. And I think all aftermarket suspensions use Heim joints. Race cars use Heim joints. It's an efficient solution. The problem, though, is it transmits a lot of NVH up from the road into the cabin. So what we've done, we went to the OEM to find a modern solution to replace the Heim joint for our trailing arms. This is this particular one is a very heavy duty precision Heim joint, and you know, it provides, you can see a very wide range of articulation, which is exactly what we were looking for, but we wanted to get more isolation from road NVH. So we went out and found this cross-axis joint. So it has the similar articulation to the Heim. I can't move it by hand. You know, you've got this rubber bushing in here, and that's what provides that isolation that we're looking for. But this one change made a significant difference in reducing the NVH. Cross-axis joint versus Heim joint, this is one of the things that differentiates Revology from the other guys. So it's like 2 degrees Celsius here. Just, you know, another sacrifice that I make for you, the viewer. Actually, it's not too bad. Got my long underwear on, I got my fleece, got my ski jacket, got my longshoreman's cap. I'm good to go. The what we were talking about, the cross-axis joint, you know, it's remarkable how even one change can make a difference, a notable difference. When you drive these cars every day and you know what to listen for, you can tell. And you get the multiplicative effect of all these changes that we make over time, and it really fundamentally changes the driving experience. So it's all this effort that we make on what I'll call, you know, the boring stuff, right? NVH, squeak and rattle, wind noise, all these things. It takes a tremendous amount of effort. It's not sexy, but it's what makes the difference between a car that's really enjoyable to drive and a car that just looks good sitting in your driveway. We think it's worth it. It's one of the things that makes us different. We may not be cool, we may not be very entertaining, but we build a damn good car.